I'll show you how it works. So it's a 3-day process to build our instruments. So the parts are injection molded up in the Seattle area. So it's a company that does parts for the Navy. So they have huge machines. In our case, it's a 440-ton machine. They're about 600 degrees in temperature when they shoot the material in at the speed of sound. So just imagine it fills that mold just instantly. It's pretty crazy, and it even hardens almost as fast. But yeah, so parts come in, this is our first day station, so this is where they come in and get trimmed, cleaned, and then this is where we'll put on things like our strap buttons. And day 2, it goes over here, and here's a few different things. So we have to prime the glue joint. We do what's kind of called the corona treatment. So we kind of heat the glue joint, high temperature, open the pores up, and then we use a custom made adhesive that 3M created for us. And so those get glued up over here, and then they go into these fixtures. So here's the soprano fixture. So this is a full 1-inch thick machined aluminum fixture, so they're completely flat. And then we found out that using 100% natural rubber bands works the best as clamps to clamp them into the fixture, so that it has the same pressure all the way around. Here's a guitar neck fixture. It's kind of cool to see. Yeah, so gluing station, degluing, and then day 3, they'll come over here. They'll get tuning machines installed, strings installed, and then they'll actually go back up and they'll spend 24 hours so the strings will stretch, so the customer doesn't have to work with stretching the strings as long. So we'll do it a few times before they leave the shop, so it's more or less in tune when it arrives. But yeah, and then shipping. So that's the shop. In the beginning, when I wanted to do this, I thought, okay, how do we make an instrument using modern materials that sound like wood? And so working with a chemist, gosh, it was a year and a half doing that. So what I did first was I bought all the tone woods I could find from around the world. I mean, spruces, cedars, all the exotics, everything I could find. And we basically did, some of them they do burn tests, so you want to find the densities, what the materials are in it, lignin, the resins, get all those ratios. And then that's what we just kind of worked on, was trying to develop a material that came close. So obviously we use polycarbonate, which is a very high-end material. Carbon fibers, glass fibers, also really high-end. And then there's other proprietary things that we add in that help with the density and the sound and things like that, the lightness. We're small, it's a 1,200 square foot shop. We used to own a very large company, and so I've never really wanted to go back to that. I have a bunch of employees, so it's 2 of us. Ian and I do everything in the company. We only make 16 a day, and that's it. We decided to just end it there. Yeah, it's hard, like our guitar's out of stock right now, but we just got a run of guitars in, and yeah, they sold out in 5 days, and I said, well, sorry, but that's all we do. So